Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the Karim Ghelani Show, where we talk about health, wealth, the human psyche, and how to bring more abundance into our lives while making this world and ourselves a better place. So, today's topic, we're going to talk about something really interesting: happiness and how to obtain it. What's the master key? What's the golden ticket to happiness? Well, in one word, I would say it's service. Service to humanity, the reason why we're here. When you live a life of service, when you live a life of kindness, when you live a life of gratitude and giving, you entangle yourself with the cosmic universe and you become the universe. You become the frequency of love. You become the vibration of love when you start giving more of yourself and serving others. And it doesn't have to be on this grandiose scale. You can start small, like cooking a meal for a neighbor who's just suffered a loss, mentoring somebody at work, a colleague who nobody else is helping, that's often being ignored. Now you're buffering his or her loneliness. The universe sees all of this. And with the mirror principle, it reflects back to you what you give to it. When you point to a mirror, what does it do? It points right back at you. So what you put out in the world is what you receive. When you live a life of service, of true service at a soul level, without any expectations, that's when the universe responds and gives you everything you ever desired and gives you your manifestations. Now, this isn't just about receiving. This is about giving and receiving. We're talking about reciprocity. So when you ask the universe, when you do something, what's in it for me? The universe asks back, what's in it for me? But when you ask the universe, how can I help? The universe replies back, how can I help? Now we have to dismantle the belief that we are separate from the universe. In the quantum field, quantum entanglement with the frequency of love and a vibration of giving and service brings you closer to the universe and brings you into the frequency of the universe. And the frequency of the universe is high vibrational and it's love. So when you love other people, you love yourself. So start with self-love first. You have to clean your mind, body, and soul first of all, because you cannot give from an empty cup. So when you're not able to serve, be easy on yourself. If you make a mistake and you're not aligning with that purpose all the time, it's okay. I'm not telling you to do these grandiose, huge things for people. I'm telling you to start small. Let that person in line get in front of you. When you're on the freeway or the highway and somebody cuts you off, don't react. Just relax. Now, what that does to your subconscious brain, it's programming you to see things in a different perspective. Maybe that person is in a rush because they're going to a hospital. Maybe they're extremely stressed out. You don't know what they're going through. So if that person cut you off, maybe it wasn't out of malice. Maybe it was out of necessity. Maybe it was out of stress. And by you not reacting and taking a calm approach, you just changed the frequency of your subconscious mind. And now the next time this happens, it'll be second nature to you to respond in a calm manner and just let that person go. You don't have to honk. You don't have to try to speed up and try to cut that person off again because you don't know why that person cut you off. They could be going through a myriad of personal issues in their life. That brings me to an old Taoist parable. A man many years ago was on a boat. He was fishing, enjoying his life, going about his day. The sun was shining, the birds were out, and all of a sudden, a boat crashed into him. This man reacted with anger, with frustration. He was ready to take action. He looked over at the boat and he realized the boat was empty. It had no malice. It had no control over what it was doing. It was simply floating on the water. The fact that it crashed into his boat was just a synchronicity to teach him this lesson that not everybody out there is there to get you. Not everybody out there is there to hurt you. There's going to be people in your life that aren't going to treat you the best. However, respond with kindness, respond with love, and respond with compassion in those situations. Be a mentor for children if you can. Speak at schools. Share your knowledge, share your wisdom. That's service. Service isn't just about being nice. It's a lifestyle. It's who you've become. These little incremental acts are proven by biology that by volunteering, by donating, by giving a compliment, you're actually releasing oxytocin, the chemical of love, serotonin, and dopamine. And you're lowering your blood pressure, you're lowering your cortisol levels, and increasing your euphoria. Let's call it the helper's high. Now, when you open a door for someone, you feel this warmth in your chest. That's biology. That's 150 hertz, the frequency of compassion. So this isn't just metaphysics that happiness can be achieved through service. It's science. Joy, once actually understood from a higher plane and from a higher perspective on a soul level from your heart, is done through helping other human beings. And that's why we're here on this earth, to help each other, to pick each other up when we're down, to clap when we're winning, to be there when they're not feeling the best, to listen, to say, I hear you, I understand you, I'm here for you. That's why you're here, to help people. And service is so much different than just getting a dopamine hit of just doing something like buying a brand new car. I love nice things. I think you should buy nice things. If you can afford it, buy nice things. Self-love, self-care, it's fine. No judgment. However, when you become a conduit for others and you become one with the universe, with this quantum entanglement where you're no longer separate from the universe, where you are the universe, you become a safe haven for other people. You form communities. You build bridges. You build relationships. And these can be done in the most small, you might even call mundane acts. The nurse who holds the hand of an unwell patient. The teacher who stays an hour extra to help the child that's struggling with math. The janitor that cleans up is showing dignity by keeping your place of business or your house or any building clean and dignified. There's dignity in that. There's dignity in smiling at people. There's dignity in patting people on the back and saying, good job. There's dignity and service when you text a friend, hey, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a while. How you been? If that friend, he or she responds, I'm not doing too well, pick up the phone and call them and say, what's going on? How can I help? Notice the frequency of those words. How can I help? It's the frequency of kindness. It fills your chest with warmth. Now, like I said, this is proven by science. A study done by Harvard Department of Human Behavioral Therapy studied several individuals from age 0 all the way to age 80. And at 80 years old, they asked each one of these individuals what their happiness levels were from 1 to 10. The happiest people weren't the one with the most power, the most status, where they dominated the most rooms. The happiest people were the ones who built relationships, the ones who donated, the ones who helped humanity. In essence, the happiest people were the ones who served. So what is the key to happiness? It's service. It's being kind. But understand this as well, that in order to serve, you must serve from a place where you're saying, I do not expect anything in return. I don't expect anything back. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, my soul, and this is my purpose. I'm not telling you don't achieve your dreams, don't go for the money, don't become a CEO. Do all of those things while being of service. Be that CEO that places fair wages over higher profits. Be that type of leader, a leader that leads with service and kindness and compassion. Service is your purpose. And on a mental level, from somebody who has suffered with anxiety since they were 6 years old, I'll tell you something, it does wonders. When I start feeling anxious, and I start feeling nervous, and I start having that creeping feeling coming back in and starting to sweat and my mind is ruminating, I shift my perspective and I text a friend and I say, hey, how you doing? What's going on with you? I text my sister, hey, you know what? I'm really proud of you. She might be like, what's going on? Why are you randomly texting me? I'm proud of you. I really am proud of my sister, by the way. The reason I'm doing it is because I'm trying to shift my perspective from a state of fear into a state of gratitude and giving and service. So when you volunteer at the homeless shelter, or you volunteer at the hospital, or you donate your clothes, or you donate items that you no longer need, that you feel somebody else will need. Let's say you have a really nice shirt, and you love that shirt. And you get those texts sometimes, would you like to donate? Go ahead and say yes. And pick out something from your closet that you actually wear. Because that shirt that you just donated might end up giving that person a job at the interview that they wanted to go on. And they'll feel confident when they go to that interview with that nice shirt on. And so what happens in this situation is when you start doing acts of service and acts of kindness, it changes your perspective through neuroplasticity, where now you start understanding the human psyche. You start understanding that, hey, the barista that messed up your coffee order might have a sick kid at home. She might be working 2 jobs. Her car might be broken. We all have these stories, and we must understand that we're all human beings. And in order for us to progress into the new earth frequency, we absolutely must start understanding each other from a soul level and being kind and being of service and giving pats on the back and giving genuine compliments. This is all going to come back to you, by the way, when you do it without expecting anything in return. Because when you're vibrating at a frequency of love, guess what happens? love comes into your life. New friendships come into your life. That teenager you mentored 10 years ago calls you up and said, you changed my life. The friend who you were there for every day for months and months while they were going through depression calls you up a year later and says, hey, guess what, man? I'm sober now. I just met someone. I'm in love. I'm the happiest I've ever been. And I owe it to you. And you say, no, you did it yourself because they did do it themselves. But you were of service. You were there for somebody when they needed you the most. When you start doing this, it starts having a ripple effect. And with the law of reciprocity, it's a boomerang. All of the good deeds you do, all of the kind things you say, all of the money you've donated will return to you tenfold. And that's joy. That's peace. That's love. That's compassion. Being of service. Being loving. Being understanding. Listening to others. Really listening. And now you have the golden ticket. Use it. So I'm going to give you a challenge. For 3 days, each day, do 3 small acts of service. They don't have to be grandiose. They don't have to be on a large scale. They can be as simple as a smile. They can be as simple as opening a door. They can be as simple as giving a compliment. For 3 days, do 3 acts. On the 4th day, come back here and comment. Did it or did it not shift your reality? Did it or did it not shift your perception? Now, it might not happen in 3 days. Keep practicing this because this is who you want to become. A person of service, a person of love, a person of giving. And that, my friends, is the key to happiness. Thank you very much. Please like and share and subscribe to the video if you like it. Thank you very much. I love you guys. Have a blessed day.